Hey peeps, with the verbal NDA coming down yesterday, I thought it'd be a nice idea or a fun idea to share all my experiences with the Alpha 1 previews. Now, I only played like 3 preview tests in the past. I still thought it'd be nice to put it in perspective what I experienced in an alpha that is a true alpha, as Steven always says. Um, First of all, we're always battling the loading screen. It's a meme, dude. The windmill boss, because the loading screen has a windmill in the back, and it's because there's always troubleshooting when the servers are coming up that requires time. It happens. Obviously, something normal. I believe in game testing, but aside from that, it was pretty damn fun. Like right when everybody spawned, I got to just kill some people with the overpowered wand that has like almost infinite range. It could shoot through walls, and all you have to do is spam Q over and over again. And it was great. Uh, until Steven was like, hey, PvP ain't really done. Stop killing peeps. And I was like, this is bullshit. I probably shouldn't be doing this. But it was still fun as fuck. Trading, like making new characters and trading gear to sell the gear to make quick gold to buy mounts was something people were doing, and buying like the initial axes and pickaxes for mining nodes. It was like pretty common strats. It was pretty fun. Getting that mount is hella important, honestly. That thing, if you don't have a mount, you're gonna like spend so much time running around the map doing the various quests, which are just like scouting quests. And I did want to note that the UI on the mini map was pretty bad back then. I did a preview recently, I think, where the map was a lot better. Oh no, it was a stream that I saw that was a lot better. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Aside from that, I wanted to mention this really funny bug. A lot of people discovered it actually, and I tried sharing it with people so that they could travel the map better. But I discovered this on my own, where if you would shift 1, which is the speed up ability on the horse mount, get off, get on, you could shift 1 again, and sometimes you would permanently bug your speed to like something of like 3 times the normal movement speed of a horse. So you were just fucking galloping, man. And it was awesome because in the preview test they didn't release flying mounts, so it was really hard to get around. And I literally explored most of the map, like almost all of the map, and I couldn't even find that cool boss, the ancient ones that they showed in one of the previous updates. Anyways, that mount thing was awesome. And that's just one bug. Aside from that, I went through all the various dungeons. The aggro ranges, probably not done, but I literally just ran through a whole dungeon without getting discovered. It was like one with a bunch of bandits, and then like the final bandit, his name's like something generic like Rick. It's pretty funny actually. I didn't fight him because I played most of these previews solo, but it was actually pretty fun to do that anyways, to run around the world and discover stuff. The other dungeon that had like the underground and poison gas at the end, there was like this big ass spider looking dude, and that guy, he was like a minotaur, but he's like spider body and like Zoidberg, so spider legs, the Zoidberg body, and like tentacle being head, like Cthulhu looking ass head. And that was a pretty cool boss. You may have seen it in like monster token displays back in the day. But anyways, that's another dungeon. And then you had the one with the mobs that dropped legendary gear or like orange gear, and that's how people grinded gold in the past. For some reason they didn't remove a loot drop off of like these deep mobs or something. They look like weird ass guys who were just floating, kind of like enchanted armor floating in the air, and they would just drop these orange pieces of gear that were just great. Like they sold for like 60 GP or something, and amount I think was like 450 gold. I think the Wyvern mount was like 3,000 gold. That's what they put it at. Yeah, that was all cool. I've seen all the nodes that they had. I visited every single node. They were, I mean, I personally tried to level one up. The one I thought that was coolest. It was like at the top right of the map, and there was like 3 other guys doing exactly the same thing, just like grinding mobs in the area trying to get that node up. And yeah, it never happened. I don't think there was even one instance of me as a player like experiencing a node leveling up because of like people's endeavors. I think Steven usually just leveled up whichever one. It was usually Wind Sour, and that was cool because we could buy mounts. You could only buy mounts at level 3 nodes and stuff. Another thing aside from that, I would just level, like there was these red crabs on the shorelines next to that node. I leveled to 10 and I was like, cool. I literally just like spam Q and like maybe once in a while charged, and they were bugged out and they wouldn't attack me. So I could aggro like 4 pulls. I got a pole arm and just AoE'd it down. Got to level 10 pretty fast. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm bored. I'm just gonna get level 10. Like that was what I was doing. And I did do it. It was fun. But then I was empty inside. So I started messing around with the mount speed thing, and then I got to swim like incredibly fast as well. Like I was swimming across the ocean. There was this visible lake or kind of water passage between the islands. There are teleport locations, but they were bugged and they didn't work. So I just swam. Didn't look that far, and it's just like with the horse debug permanent speed, man, I was zooming over the water. It was looking like Jesus, just like running, like running. Anyways, it was a pretty fun experience to do all that debug monitoring. I saw a caravan like destroyed on the road. I tried doing a quest, but none of the like the dialogues for any of the NPCs. And I say any because I've seen 2 instances of NPCs that talk to you in the wild, and they just don't do anything. They're just like, "Hey, I'm in trouble," and then that's it. And then you go down the road, and there's like a gang squad of NPCs, like bandits, and it was it was pretty cool. It was like up in the top of the map area. One of the more interesting things that I've done, and I made a friend doing so. I can't shout him out because I actually don't remember his name. It's been so long. But we tried to duo the dragon boss that you've seen, and it's actually quite easy when you're running like, you know, super fast from a debug. So I would pull the monster, range him, and then it would keep aggro on me, and I just literally run around in a circle, and the dragon could never catch me. I was running at mount speed. Like, it never changed. I could get off my mount and also run super fast. I was doing that, and my boy was hitting the boss. And then I learned that he could literally out-heal the boss because he was playing the healer class. And that was cool. We eventually got to like half HP, 20 raptors spawned, and we just died. Well, there's no way to beat 20 raptor spawns as 1 or 2 little boys. Like, it's just not possible. Not even if you're running around trying to AoE it down. They have like this passive regen. It's really weird. And we just never were able to do it. We gave up. Fighting the big ass dragon boss was hella fun. With my friend. I never did anything with any other groups. I played exclusively solo. Tried to talk to people and like make these awesome RP situations that you see in any game, maybe like classic WoW, where you run around with some guy and you're like, hey, you want a group? But then the chat didn't work. That was sad. I was like typing to people. I'm like, can you read this? He's like, and then, ain't seen nothing, man. It was pretty sad. Aside from that, those were my experiences, really, as a tester. And I can assure you, as a guy who wants to stream and, you know, grow his channel and is still trying to figure out how to do that, to make a living off of it, I can't really enjoy testing and helping out the progression of the game when I'm like, I have such pressing matters to attend to, I suppose. Especially when half the tests, because I have such a large streaming schedule, coincide with my streaming time. So I have stopped doing the alpha previews, but as an alpha preview tester, I can assure you that the combat is not like that gratifying right now. I can assure you that most of the PvE experiences, I bet the dragon one is pretty fun, but most of them are they're not going to be anything crazy out of this world. It's an alpha, like an alpha preview. So like your general experience, you're just going to do quests where you have to go talk to peeps. And you're like, yo, what up? I don't believe I did even one turn-in quest for like getting materials or anything. It was pretty simple quests like go scout this, go look at this, go talk to this. And once I was done with that, I was like, well, time to fucking try and break the game. And I believe that gets really repetitive after 2 hours. I'm like, all right, let me write up this bug report. Subject. Wait, there's a template for it. Reads the template. I'm supposed to put the description and then another description. Like it's a little confusing. It's almost like repeating the same information twice, reporting style. Like it didn't make sense to me. I still did it. Every little thing I would report, and it got really boring reporting those things. I did it because I want to help the game back then, you know, but then I realized I should focus on being a content creator. So that way I can help, you know, make content for the game and spread the word for it instead of, I don't know, reporting that a question mark is showing up instead of my shovel on my UI, my inventory. Anyways, this video is getting a little long. I'm obviously going to edit it down, so it'll probably be like 10 minutes. But, yeah, I just wanted to share my experiences. I thought it would be pretty nice for maybe somebody who says, when are alpha sales gonna come out? Like all the time on Twitter. Somebody like that would love to see what alpha really is like. I'm sure that when we fight those big ass dragons we saw like last month, which were sick as fuck, I loved them, they are going to bug out, and that's gonna suck. And then the servers are gonna be so full, there's gonna be constant problems with them, and we're gonna fight the windmill boss, aka the loading screen. When we were fighting this windmill boss, I remember specifically Zarya asking if people wanted to play Among Us, and a lot of people actually joined them. And everybody made different lobbies to play Among Us together. And that was pretty damn cool while we were waiting to get into the servers. Other than that, I remember DA, that's another name I remember. He said something about being high. I don't remember too well. Good experiences in the little voice channel. So like, if you want content, as Steven says, he's 100% right. It's an alpha experience. It's gonna be buggy as fuck. What you gotta do is grab a drink, get your buddies, and this is obviously a hard scenario because not everybody has alpha, and just fuck around. Like that's how you're gonna have fun. You don't take anything seriously, don't take any form of progression seriously, and that's how you have fun. And that's how I'd recommend you to view the alpha experience if you do plan on getting it. Anyways, I hope you liked my perspective. I definitely enjoyed talking about it, since something about not being able to talk about it makes me want to talk about it. But yeah, I enjoyed myself in Ashes a lot. I'm definitely a huge fan of all the game's ideas. If you have any thoughts, I didn't really say anything controversial in this video, but leave a comment. I'll talk to you. I always read my comments for sure. I have a pretty small channel and a lot of time on my hands. Anyways, thank you for watching, glorious peeps, and I will go back to playing my point and click game called Old School RuneScape. Goodbye.